Welcome, everybody, to another live stream of Heartland Ham Radio. It's Saturday morning here in Kansas City. I'm your host, Michael. My call sign is AF0F or Alpha Foxtrot 0 Foxtrot. I'm coming to you live today from my home QTH here in Kansas City in the metropolitan area and ready to dive into another Saturday morning live stream. Had to reset up the computer a little bit today, so I'm a little bit delayed getting on here, but hopefully everything's good to go and we're all set up, have a little bit of a new configuration here today. This weekend is Support Your Parks weekend. So once every season, this Parks on the Air program does a Support Your Parks weekend. And so there'll be a lot of activators out in the park. You get a special certificate if you either activate or hunt or do both. So we're going to be participating in that. I see a ton of POTA people spotted today. I have not been on the radio, so I don't know how the bands are doing today, but we'll see how that goes. So before we get started today, I just want to say a big thank you to the awesome community for tuning in and supporting the Heartland Ham Radio channel. I love getting your emails. I'm good on QRZ. Love getting your emails and questions and comments, so keep them coming. I'm even thinking we might do like a Q&A session at some point. I'd love to kind of do some Q&As. I've had some people ask some questions about how I have things set up and all that, so we'll do that. So I always love getting your comments and feedback. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on a new video or update. And let's go ahead and get started. So I got my radio on and my antenna's already tuned up. So let's see who's on the air today. So give me 1 second here and we'll get transitioned. Let me bring the radio audio in. And my other Heil headset got a short in the cord, so I had to send it off for repair. So I've got my Pro Set 7 here. It's a little harder to use in the house. It does seal your ears really, really well. But yeah, so we'll see how this kind of works out. So yeah, let's see who's on the air here this morning. If you're tuning in live, go ahead and drop a comment in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I'll kind of keep an eye on that as we go. All right. Everything's looking good. Had to reset up my computer this morning, so things are just a little out of whack here just a little bit. I'm going to start on 20 meters this morning. Lots of folks spotted there. We'll see how the bands are. So got the first spot here at 14 to 11. Hearing anything there? And I usually just jump through and start hopping through these spots here. There are a few people in there. Some of these spots are a little bit old. There's the station. Whiskey 8 Delta Foxtrot. It's a club call out of Michigan. I've worked them quite a bit. Whiskey 8 Delta Foxtrot. Let's see if we can get them this morning.
59 in Dot Park, US 3310, Fort Custer, Michigan.
They're a little bit light. Might be able to pull them out. Oh, there they are. They faded on me. Alpha Foxtrot 0 Foxtrot. They might be a little light for me. We'll see if I've got them in my scratch space here. Let's just run through, see if we got anybody that's a little stronger. A lot of noise here this morning.
Thank you so much. Have a great
that's a
activation.
good stronger.
7-3.
November 9, Delta Bravo Sierra.
I can't hear the activator. I heard somebody hunting. All right, let's keep rolling through them here.
Kilo 1, Romeo.
Boy, there's a lot of noise here on 20. I'm probably just a little late in the morning. There's somebody.
All right, station Kilo Foxtrot 8, go ahead.
Oh, they're a little light. We might be able to get them. Alpha Foxtrot 0 Foxtrot. Call sign Alpha Foxtrot 0 Foxtrot. QSL, I got you about a 5-1 into Kilo Sierra, 51 into Kansas. You're light but unreadable. Have a good one, 73. Good luck. All right, we got one. I'll get them in the logbook here, and then I'll get them respotted. Yeah, their spot's about to age out, so. All right. I've had a question. Let me mute the radio audio here for a second. I've had a question. What's the purpose of respotting somebody? It's a couple of fold. One, it means it tells other hunters that the activator is still out there. But one of the things I really like about it is it will highlight these and put a check mark that's been hunted. I won't respot them unless I've actually worked them. But what it does is it shows as hunted. So when I'm going through this list multiple times over and over, I can then see the ones I've already hunted. So I won't stop on those frequencies again. So that was a question that came in. It's like, why do you take the time to respot folks? Again, kind of twofold. One's for me and one's for the activator. Lets other hunters know they're still active on that frequency, and you work them and then crossing it off because you've worked them, so that you don't risk getting a duplicate. So that's why I respot that. So that question had come in, and figure I address that today. So works really well for me in your setup. So everybody's kind of got their own systems. Do what works best for you. That's what works for me. So if I respot somebody, it just crosses it off the list for me. So that helps me stay organized, because I always feel really bad, if I end up getting a dupe or something like that. So that's the purpose of the respot. So all right, let's bring the radio audio back in. Let's see if we can grab another one.
Mississippi, yeah, we got a little station set up here in the park. They're having a festival, and we got a little Tango X-ray park color headed to the park number.
There's somebody else. They're really light. Arizona station.
US 0596. Yeah, you got it, and you're about a 5-5 here in the Washington State.
I can hear the Washington State hunter better than I can the activator. This headphone really seals out the noise. It's great when you're doing like a multi-op activation, but if you missed the beginning of the live stream, I've had to send my other Heil headset that I usually use here in the shack in for repair. My cat got a hold of the cord on it, and it was starting to short out. So it almost cost me a couple of QSOs earlier this week, and I was tired of fighting it, so sent it off for repair. All right, this one's really light. Let's continue to jump down the list here. Let's see if there's anybody else on here. There's so many people spotted. I'm surprised we haven't heard more activators out there. I'm probably just a little bit late in the morning. I got a late start this morning getting my desk all rearranged here a little bit for a new setup. So I got a little bit of a late start this morning. There's probably some folks out first thing this morning. There's tons of people spotted. It's just I'm getting a ton of noise today. That 20 meters would be a little better on this. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Just type out the frequency there. There we go.
This is November 6 Foxtrot, Mike Delta, CC POTA.
I hear that activator. They're really light. See if I can maybe get some of that static out of there with a little bit of filter added in. Oh man, they're too light. Let's keep going down the list here. Somebody on 17 meters. 17 tends to be a little quieter for me. Let's see if we can hear any of these folks on 17 meters. Can't hear that one. Oh, that one's really light. You probably can't hear it on the live stream. I can hear a voice in there. Victor Alpha 3, Canadian station in a Canadian park. All right, let's try 15 meters. 15 meters has been dead lately. The IARU contest last weekend, I didn't hear anybody on 15. Right, I hear some voices in there. Oh, still a lot of static here. Let's see if I can get a little noise reduction in here. Let's see if I can pull them out. All right, I can hear them. Let's see if we can snag them. Kilo Juliet. Oh man, is that the right call sign? I'll look at the spot note history here and see. Oh, my static's just wiping them out. I don't think that call sign was right. Unless I misheard it. Well, I'm trying everything in my arsenal here. The noise blanker, the digital noise reduction. Alright, I think we lost him. God, man, so much static. Alright, we got some spots on 10 meters. Let's check these out. 10 meters has been a little rough here lately, too. We have waited too late in the morning. Did see somebody spotted on 6 meters earlier. That'd been fun. It was a Canadian station, but they've gone QRT or aged out, so. Alright, nothing there. I saw some spots on 40 meters. I think they were mostly European stations. Oh, well, there's a couple. Let me just check 40. It's pretty late in the morning for 40 meters. Lots of noise there, too. Yeah, I don't hear anything on those spots. Alright, let's go back to 20 here. If we don't have any luck here on voice, we'll go to digital, and we'll see if we can snag some folks digital. I was doing an activation a couple weeks ago in one of the national forests down in southern Missouri, and band conditions were just terrible on voice. I mean, I had enough to activate with voice, but it was really rough. But had I think over 100 digital contacts, so that kind of saved my activation on 2 different days. I know some people don't love FT8 or FT4. I don't know. I don't mind it. It's a way to get a quick couple park entities logged. I wouldn't have my DXCC without it. I have such a compromised antenna setup that I wouldn't have been able to get a lot of the countries I had on voice, so I got just an off-center fed dipole up about 8 feet at the peak and tapered a little bit on the ends, but not the best DX setup.
Thank you for the 5-9.
There's Delta Foxtrot again. They're a little stronger this time.
You are a 5-8 into Michigan.
This Southern Michigan ARS group, they activate this cluster quite a bit. Oh, they're fading on me again. Let's see if they come back.
Kilo Juliet 5, Delta Zulu Victor.
Right, so we are hearing some stations in there. They aren't completely dead. I thought with all these spots this morning, we'd have a field day. But,
America 4, Papa Juliet Zulu, number 1.
they faded on me again. All right, let's keep going. Conditions change fast, so just because you've been through the list once doesn't mean you shouldn't go through it again. We may just have to go to digital today. Oh, all this noise is crazy. I don't think it's been a while since I've done a live stream. I don't know if I've done a live stream at digital or not. I've got everything set up for it. I'll have to just reorient my screens here just a little bit. Alright, I'm going through the spotting list, but if we don't get any luck here with any of these folks that are spotted, I might just spin through 20 meters, because there's times people are out there that aren't spotted. And I do see some activity on the waterfall here, so. Well, if you're listening in, if you've been hunting today, I'd love to know kind of what the band conditions have been for you today. I think everything was, quite a few were showing green as anticipated good, but that doesn't always mean it actually is good. Oh, just a lot of static today. Let's check these 17-meter spots again. I see some activity on the waterfall. Let me just spin up here. These might be rag chews or something, but some of these are pretty strong.
Right at my noise level, but that's the way the bands have been. Go ahead.
That's a rag chew.
673. Papa Juliet 2 Yankee. Papa Juliet 2 Yankee. QRZ. November 5, Tango Lima Hotel, 5 and 9.
Papa Juliet 2 Yankee. Curacao.
Hey, Roger, thank you so much for this. Have a great afternoon there in 7-3s.
Well, let's see if we can get him. It's not a POTA, but
Papa Japan 2 Yankee. QRZ. Victor 1, Italy Sugar Delta, QSO.
I think he was up there about a 5.3. Just looking at the meter. Oh, did he completely fade on me? Yeah, it's just my luck today. That's all right. Let's see if he comes back.
Roger.
There he is.
Echo 1 Bravo Sierra Delta. Copy the Canada. Copy 5-9 here, Brian. 5-9 Curacao.
Sounds good when he's
Thank you,
there.
my friend. 7-3 from Papa Japan 2 Yankee.
Alpha Fox, 0 Fox.
Alpha Fox, 0 Fox. Thank you, 5 and 9.
You are 5-2, Kansas.
Roger, thanks for Papa Japan 2 Yankee. QRZ.
All right, we got one in the log. Not a POTA, but
Delta Lima 0.
glad we didn't get
Mike, 5 and 9.
completely skunked here.
Thank you so much for Germany. 7-3, Papa Japan 2 Yankee.
Let's see, have I worked them before? Papa Japan 2 Yankee.
Papa Japan 2 Yankee. QRZ.
No, thought maybe I worked them in a contest. Probably getting them confused with another Caribbean station.
Japan 2 Yankee. Papa Japan 2 Yankee. Calling CQ.
All right, so the bands aren't completely dead. So I can hear other hunters hitting that Canadian station at 18140. I just can barely hear the park.
Kenwood, and I'm in northwest Ohio, 19 miles southwest of Toledo. Good signal here. I'll give you a 5-9. Thanks, sir.
Yep, I can't hear
73.
cannot hear the activator there. All right, jump back up to 20. Let's see if we can get Whiskey 8 Delta Foxtrot. Man, just the static is killing me today. Let's see if we're spotted still at 311. I did have a question come in. What am I doing? Like, you don't see me spinning the dial here on the radio. All right, we may have to go digital today. It's all right. We'll just pivot. We're flexible. That's the way this hobby goes sometimes. That propagation and noise can be a very unpredictable thing. I'm missing how nice things were last summer. Last winter, too. Some of those contests. Great. The IARU last weekend. Oh, I think my only contacts were on 20 meters. My score was orders of magnitude less than what it was last year. It really worked for those contacts this year. Alrighty, well, let's see if there's anybody up here at the first part of the bands. I might just take a spin through. Spin through the bands and see if we can just catch anybody that might not be spotted.
US 10451 QRZ.
Ah, there's one. We'll get that one. They're sounding pretty strong. Kilo Juliet 5, Golf India Hotel.
Station real low. Come on back.
This spot's kind of old too. I'll get him respotted if we make contact here. Thanks for joining me today on the live stream. If you're in the chat, you're in a place you can say hi in the chat. Let us know you're tuning in from this morning.
Light copy on you.
All right, this is the strongest activator I've heard all morning. Need a confirmation on that call sign though. Just make sure I got the right one.
I got Kilo Delta 2 Zulu Alpha QSL.
Let's see if I've worked this activator before. I don't recognize the call sign, but no, maybe a new one for me.
Come back with your last.
Oh, it's fading on me. Stay strong.
Frequency is in use. Kilo Delta 2 Zulu Alpha. Can I get your park number, please?
Somebody's really close to him, just above there. You can kind of hear the audio in there.
I copy that. US 1634, and my park is.
Nate just chimed in the chat. He said,
yeah,
his contests last weekend were 20 meters and 39 contacts. Yeah, that was about what I had. I had, oh gosh, it was probably almost 200 last year on 10, 15, 20. We even had a few on 40. Yeah, it was just a crazy difference just one year. But you know, all the people in the contest had the same band conditions, so you know, the polar path was there. It wasn't completely gone, but it was there a little bit. So, but yeah, it was definitely rougher. I had to work a lot harder on that. So glad it wasn't just me, Nate. So thank you. All right, come on. I think I lost him. Now he's still in there. He's faded on me. He was the strongest one I've had. Really would have liked to get him in the log. I think that's the way it's going to go today. Yeah, all right. Let's see if there's anybody else here. If not, we'll just switch to digital. We'll pivot.
Activation. We just came up to 10 over on that one. This is Kilo 3, Sierra Delta Mike.
Okay, I've worked them before. Just covered in static this morning. Let's see if I can get a little DNR in there and see if that helps. It's a little rough on the light stations, but. maybe a 41 for me at this point. We'll see if we get him. Kilo 3 Delta, or Sierra Delta Mike Scott, he's a pretty frequent activator. I've worked him, it looks like 9 times before, so he's out there quite a bit. He's faded on me too. All right, come on. Come on back. I think he's gone. I've had some questions too on my little notepad scratch space up that I have here. As I hear activators, I'll put them in there. I got a little bit of a keyboard shortcut, so I've had that question too. Like, how are you getting those typed in there like that? I use a scripting program called Auto Hotkey, and I highlight it from the POTA page, and then I do some transforms on it to kind of get it into a format that I like. So it's got the frequency, the activator. The way I like to put the comments into my logbook here, so POTA, the park number, and then the entity that they're in, so in this case USLA. So that's what I'm doing there. When you see me highlight and then hit a keyboard shortcut, it's kind of transforming that in the background. Just helps make me a little bit more efficient. Maybe should do a live stream on that sometime, or a video on that sometime, just to kind of love to hear kind of what others do to stay efficient. I must have missed a number in there. There's 3 people at 2 parks spotted on 14304. Let's see if I can figure out who this call sign is. And don't blindly trust the spotting page. I've multiple times had somebody spotted and like they've handed like another activator has taken over, like maybe after they've gone QRT, but they haven't been spotted yet. So just because somebody's on that frequency and doing a park activation, definitely want to confirm the park number, especially the call sign. As a hunter, you don't need the park number, but most activators will give it. Let's just spin through. Let me jump back down. 14, 1, go to the lower part of the extras. This thing's... I don't know if that's on the net. Let's go up here, see the...
back in the earlier days,
Briar Rag Chew.
my name here is still Papa Hotel Whiskey. And thank you for checking into the net.
300 is the maritime net. There's a strong station. 313 will steer over that.
And Ford. Okay, this is a Legacy 500. No.
All right, let's do this. Let's pivot. Let's go digital. All right, I'm going to mute the radio audio here. Get my headset off. Give me 1 second here to get transitioned. Got to transition this out real quick. See me full screen with the radio. All right, give me a quick second here. I got to get all of my windows reoriented here. Okay, get WSJT-X launched. Get grid tracker going. Let's get N3FJP set up. All right, we're switching to digital. If you're just joining, we're switching to digital. We really bummed that we were kind of struck out on the voice front with the stream. So give me a second here real quick. My monitor, since I rearranged my office, all my windows are all out of whack here. Give me a second. Get this all set up the way I want it. And we won't limit ourselves to POTA either. All right, let's see how this is looking. Give me a second here. Grid Tracker's a little funky in how it comes into the streaming software, so give me a second here. Okay. All right, I see some POTA folks in here. Okay, I'm on 20 meters. Let me get this transition here so y'all can see this. All right, hopefully this makes sense. All right, hopefully you can see this okay. A lot of screen real estate here, but so I've got Grid Tracker up, which creates the map here, and then the WSJT-X software, and then the waterfall here for the digital modes. Let me know if you've got any questions on any of this. You're not going to hear any audio from the radio. You don't need to. If you want to hear what FT8 sounds like, here. So that's what it sounds like if you've never heard FT8. So not really interesting, just a bunch of warbling tones. Okay, let's find an open slot here to transmit. Okay, we'll try 2550. It looks to be open. And just since we're doing hunt and pounce, we'll have to change our transmit frequency probably quite a bit. We'll see who's out there, but I'm hearing 98 folks spotted. So that'll be good. Change this to CQ only since there's a lot of traffic going on here. I'm gonna quick check the spotting page. Just see who all we've got on here. Digital. The data modes. Okay, I think we're all set up. So we've pivoted. We're now digital exclusively. Okay. Okay, let's see who we got. All right, so we've got several folks in here calling CQ. Okay, we got several POTA parks spotted, so that's good. Bring my chat window down here so I can see y'all. And I've got some sound effects set up, so you're probably hearing those a little bit. That's what's going on. I've got some park POTA sound effects set up in Grid Tracker. So then let's see. Okay, I have 3 monitors. There's days I think I need more than that. Okay, getting all situated here. So if you're just joining, we pivoted to digital. We did not have more than just, I think, 1 or 2 this morning for on the voice front. So that's okay. We'll just roll with digital this morning. So I don't think I've done a live stream with digital before. Maybe I have. I know I'd set it up here because I had the thing all set up. But anyway, okay. So I don't know how familiar everybody is with the software. So WSJT-X is a very popular digital mode software. I've got it connected to the Yaesu FTDX10. You should be able to see the screen here as well. There's really not a lot to see on the waterfall because a whole lot can happen in the normal kind of 3000 hertz spacing. So you know, in the bandwidth you would normally have for like a sideband conversation, there's quite a few streams in here. Each one of these is, I think, 50 hertz wide. So you can get a lot of different conversations in a small amount of bandwidth. So, okay, let's see what we got going here. So we got a POTA activator. Okay, we got quite a few POTA activators. I'm scrolling through this. I've got this call roster sorted by signal strength. So the strongest one is this KB9 KHT in Park Uniform Sierra 11351, which is it's a state park. Looks like maybe in Illinois. So he was last heard on 2777. So I'm going to change what I received 2777 so I can see them in the receive frequency window, which is on the right side here of the FT8 software, the WSJT-X. All right, so he's calling somebody. So I'll wait for him to finish his QSO here. And while I'm watching this, I will also just kind of keep an eye on the waterfall to make sure somebody doesn't come up on the frequency that I'm set to transmit on. So because I'm just doing hunt and pounce, somebody will likely, and that's what's just happened. So I'm gonna slide my transmit down here. 2200. Okay, he's calling that station twice. I'm going to give him a call. It's been a couple cycles. I haven't heard them transmit. All right, so I just double click and it will call them on the next cycle. So my radio is transmitting right now. And FT8 is 15 seconds on, 15 seconds off. And you want to make sure you have an accurately synced clock on your computer. Even just being more than a second off can mess up your decodes. Oh man, he might have jumped frequencies. I haven't seen him transmit or... So here in the grid tracker software in the call roster, it'll show last heard 1 minute, 12 seconds ago. Usually they'll time out after about 2 minutes and then disappear. So they might have changed bands. All right, I'm getting out. So I can see my spots showing up on the spotting network. So you can see those lines on the map, the kind of orange colored lines. That's stations that have heard me transmitting. All right, I'm going to stop transmitting here. I've called them twice and not been heard from in over 90 seconds. So I'm guessing they may have gone QRT. All right, somebody popped up on my transmit frequency again here. So I'm going to slide up to 2300. I know a lot of folks think FT8's boring. I don't know. I've got the, I have to enable transmit every time. I don't have any automated things going. I'm always watching the transmit frequency. So, I mean, there's plenty of stuff to do. I find it kind of interesting. But, to each their own. And that's what's great about amateur radio is there's different things for different folks. So. All right. They've just disappeared now. So I've got Alpha Bravo 1 Alpha at 766. Let's go down there and see what they're doing. They're at park number 1415, a state park. Looks like maybe in Pennsylvania. Minus 4 dB. That's a pretty strong signal on FT8. If you got any questions about the setup or any questions on FT8 or getting up and going, put it in the chat. Yeah, Nate, I agree 100%. So Nate says FT8 is great if you don't want to listen to the noise of working SSB and just want to quietly play radio. I do the same thing. My spouse is still sleeping. I can come up here and just play ham radio without yelling into a microphone. And I like it. So. Again, to each their own. There's different modes for different folks, and that's what makes this hobby awesome. All right, there's Alpha Bravo 1 Alpha. They're calling CQ, so I'm going to go ahead and respond back to them. I do that by just double-clicking on them. I need to do a video, too, on just kind of my top 5 tips for FT8, because when I was trying to figure this out, it was super overwhelming. You got all these colors and screens and what's going on, and somebody's popped up on my transmit. But if you kind of break it down, go slow, do a couple QSOs, you start to get the feel for it pretty quick. And like I said, I wouldn't have my DXCC 100 confirmed countries without FT8. I've just got a compromised antenna set up, so the weak signal digital modes worked great for me to be able to get more countries in my log. I mean, I have a lot on voice on sideband, but a lot of the DX contests, you'll get a lot of countries in those. All right, I've called twice. He hasn't responded. Might have lost them. Just like QSP on voice, you can have QSP on the digital modes too. Just have a little more tolerance on the digital front. All right, somebody's popped up on my transmit. I'm gonna slide down here to 350. That'd be one of my tips, is just kind of stay to the even 50 on the hertz. Sometimes you get some zipper teeth people in there and you got people stacked on top, and then that's not productive for anybody. So I try to stay on the even 50. So 300, 350, 400, 450. All right. I heard AB1A coming back to somebody else. Okay. I see people calling CQ POTA. I'm going to watch this CQ side instead of just kind of pouncing on these, because you can miss somebody that's actually ready for a contact if you're not watching your band activity window. And again, I've got this filtered to CQs only, so you can uncheck that if you want to see all the other conversations that are going on. So WSJT-X is monitoring all the conversations that are going on. So if you want to see that, you can see it just when you have, let's see, grid tracker's showing 124 stations heard from me right now. So if you're watching 124 people make QSOs, that window can be scrolling by really, really fast. So, all right, Alpha Bravo 1 Alpha is still trying to get an exchange with that other station. Let's see if there's a POTA. Kilo Juliet 5 Delta Zulu Victor. Let's double click them. Let's see if we can get them in the log. They are calling, they are not spotted, so we won't know what park they're in until they upload their logs, but that's okay. What I do in my logbook is I just put a generic POTA in the comments, and that triggers me to go look at my hunter log down the road, and then I'll put the park in there. I like to just track my parks. It's just something I like to do, but you don't have to do that. Right, he's calling CQ again. He's not hearing me, so that could be for a couple different reasons. Could be he just can't hear me. Could be another station that I'm not hearing is on my transmit frequency. So I'll try a couple of times, then I'll slide up. I'm gonna slide up to a new transmit frequency. So don't like using 1500. Maybe I'll try 2100. Yeah, somebody popped up there on 1500 anyway, so that's usually the case. All right, he's working another station. So I'm gonna turn the transmit off here. Some people just keep calling, and that's fine. I just, I've worked a pile up in POTA before on digital, and it's, your receive window can be really crazy if you got a bunch of people just continuously calling you over and over. That's fine. I mean, we work through it. Just got to stay on your toes a little bit. Well, I'm seeing a lot of retransmits on these activators that are out in parks, so I'm guessing the QSB we were kind of experiencing on the voice side is also prevalent here on the digital side. So there's another POTA station. Let's see if I can snag him. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Oscar Yankee. Again, the park is not known because they're not spotted. It gets that information from the POTA spotting page, but there are a lot of parks without cell service, so it is possible to go out and activate a park and call CQ POTA. It's just the hunters won't know what park you're in, and that's fine. It'll show up when you upload your logs. I think somebody kind of popped up there on my 2100. I'm going to slide up here to 2450 on the next transmit cycle. That looked clean when I was looking through it there. I turn my transmit off. I sent twice. I'm going to just see if he's responding to somebody else. And somebody popped up on 2450, so I'm going to slide down to 350. That looks open. I got a question the other day from a ham, was asking what's the difference between FT8 and FT4. One thing I like about FT4 is it's half the time. So FT8 is 15-second transmit, 15-second receive, and so you got several back and forths for a minimal QSO. FT8, it's like 7.5 seconds on, 7.5 seconds off. The bandwidth is a little bit wider, but you can get kind of double the contacts if you're working FT4. But most people tend to hang out on FT8. But when FT8 is busy, I'll sometimes go to FT4 and make some contacts there and then come back. All right, so Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Oscar Yankee heard me and came back, gave me a -6. I'm sending him a -12 back. We'll see if he acknowledges this. And then we'll get it logged. So you can see the red line there. Okay, so he sent me an RR73, which means he heard me. I'll send him a 73 back. It prompts me to log it. That puts it in my AC log. You can't see this, but I'm gonna go ahead and log the park. Oh no, that was yeah, I'm just gonna log POTA actually because I don't know what park they're in. No, they're grid square, Echo November 81. I don't recognize that call. Let's see if I've worked them before. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Oscar Yankee. Nope, new activator for me. Love getting new activators in the log. All right, so we didn't get skunked on digital. So, all right, let's see who else is out here. I saw another POTA there on the decode. Alpha Charlie Whiskey's -6 on the DB. That's a fairly strong signal. We should be able to get to them. There they are. They called CQ again. Oh, and somebody just called me too, so I'll get back to them. Whiskey Alpha 8 Lima Echo. I'd already double-clicked Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Charlie Whiskey, so I'll see if I can get them real quick. If I don't get a response here on this first transmit, I'll go work Whiskey Alpha 8 Lima Echo. Okay, wow, he heard me +21. That is incredible, especially for today. They're in Ohio. That's just a couple states over here, so it's a fairly easy hop for me here from Kansas City. Oh, I toggled off my transmit. Darn it. That was my fault. I need to pay attention here. Got too many screens. I'm looking at the chat, looking at the logbook software. Okay. Sent back a -10 back to Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Charlie Whiskey. Pater State Wildlife Area is where that activator's at. It's a new activator for me. I don't have them in the log. Oh man, did I lose him? Gosh darn it, I'm mad at myself. I toggled off that transmit and it didn't respond. That's my fault for not paying attention. I think I lost him. Oh, he got me. RR73. Okay, I'll send him a 73 back. Awesome. Great news. I felt so bad. I was the one that botched that up. All right. So he's in US 9492 in Ohio. So add that to the log. We got him in there. Okay, I'm going to go back and work Whiskey Alpha 8 Lima Echo. New call for me from Michigan. Let's see if he's still there. He might have gone off and worked somebody else. Oh, he did send a 73. It's -17. That should be doable as long as the QSB doesn't take us out. He tried me a couple times. I'll try him a couple times. I had somebody ask, you know, kind of what's the retry limit? It depends. I'll generally try a couple of times. If it's a contest or a DX station, yeah, I generally see about 2 times they'll try, maybe 3. I did have one I worked last night. I think it was a Central American station, and I had given up, and then they were still transmitting a couple of minutes later, so I responded to them, and we did get the contact logged. Must have really wanted my grid square or something, but yeah, it just depends on the operator. Everybody's got their own style. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get Whiskey Alpha 8 Lima Echo. We tried. That's okay. All right, see if we can get some more parks here. Okay, there's Delta Zulu Victor. I think we tried them earlier, didn't we? Yep, we didn't get them. Okay, there's 1 Kilo 7 Hotel Sierra Romeo. Okay, there's Alpha Bravo 1 Alpha. We didn't get them earlier either. Last worked them in August of 24 at a different park in Pennsylvania. See if we can nab them in the log. If you're just joining the live stream this morning, we pivoted to digital. I usually like to do voice for the live streams, just makes it a little more interesting to listen to. But I mean, I think we got 2 in the log, and then, man, it was just noise, and there were tons of people spotted. I don't know. I think I just started too late in the morning or something. See, it's just past noon here in Kansas City. Probably should have started a couple hours earlier. I just had too much noise on the radio, so we pivoted and went to digital. So nice to have options in your tool belt. So we've gotten a couple parks here on digital. So I'm hearing them call CQ, but there's a very strong station that's really close to them. I can see on the waterfall that's probably wiping them out a little bit. So I tried twice. They're working another station, so I'll stop my transmit. Charlie Whiskey. On digital, you got to be a little bit careful. It's easy to get a dupe. So I kind of keep my call logbook up here. I don't want to waste anybody's time. The dupes don't count, so. All right, let's try Delta Zulu Victor again. Don't know what park they're at. I've worked them 5 other times before. Looks like they mostly activate in Louisiana. No, you can't hear me. I call, get CQ again. Okay, so slide my transmit down just a little bit. See some other POTAs in here. That sound effect you're hearing is Grid Tracker telling me there's another POTA station that's popped up. So you kind of see them in the list here. They're in purple with the park number. Okay, Delta Zulu Victor can't hear me. Let's slide my transmit up. Maybe there's somebody down there where I'm at. It's 2 stations that couldn't hear me when I tried to respond to them. I'll check the spotting page real quick here and just see, is there any on FT4? only 2 spotted on FT4 at the moment, so we could slide down and do FT4. Well, we might have some luck on, I see some 10, 12, 15, 17 meter spots on FT8 as well, so we can try some other bands. In the grid tracker window, it's a little hard to see. They do give kind of a graphical representation of how many spots are out there, so 20 seems to be the most lit up, but there are a few on, oh, even on 6 meters. We could try 6 meters too. Oh, POTA's spotted on 6 meters, but summertime band conditions, it's kind of fun sometimes to get some 6 meter stations. Had some luck off and on the past couple of weeks on 6 meters. Nothing on voice, on digital. North Carolina, Mexico, Arizona, Texas. So always kind of fun to get those on a VHF frequency with 100 watts. I don't have a great 6 meter antenna. I've just kind of got my antenna tuner squeezing 6 meters out of my 40 through 10 off center fed dipole. So it's not really tuned for 6 meters, but it does work. I can get about 75 watts out, I think. The native SWR has got to be really high though. So, but 6 isn't open that much, or I really only have luck kind of in the spring, summer, maybe early fall on 6 meters. Occasionally in the winter, you might get a 6 meter opening, but yeah, it just kind of depends. So I don't really need a dedicated 6 meter antenna, I don't believe, but. All right, I'm gonna try this Delta Zulu Victor again. They're calling CQ again. So they've gone from minus 6 dB to minus 15 dB. Minus 15 should be certainly doable on FT8. That's not a problem. I start to run into issues when you start to get up around minus 18 or below that. That tends to be a little more borderline, but definitely QSB here on the digital side as well. Yeah, he's working another station, so I'll stop my transmit. I appreciate everybody stopping in. Again, we had to kind of pivot this morning and flip over to digital to get some parks here today. We only had luck with about 2 on the voice side, so we flipped over and did digital. Let me know if you got any questions. If you're joining the live stream, let me know if you got any questions on my setup. Always enjoy chatting with y'all. There's a POTA station. Kilo 4 Juliet Charlie in Florida. Minus 10 dB. Should be doable. Transmit back to them, see if we can snag them. Park US 12129, Shingle Creek State Conservation Area. Oh, he's working another station. I didn't catch that. All right, we'll see if we can pull them out here in the digital mode. Need to get a different camera since my digital stuff's all set up on this other monitor. You're looking at the side of my face here. Need to get a little better streaming setup for the digital modes. That's all right, we're just having fun. If you came here for high production quality, you're not going to probably get it here. So doing the best we can with what we've got. All right. They heard, okay, so they dropped to minus 23. They might have faded out on me. All right, we'll keep working through here. All the lines that you can see, they've got a layer view in Grid Tracker. So in the map down in the lower right, you can see all the other stations that have heard me when I've transmitted. You can kind of put that into a line mode. You can change it to kind of a heat map. or you can toggle it off. So it is kind of nice to know who's hearing you. And it shows up within just a few seconds of you starting to transmit. So those spotting networks have gotten really, really good. It's pretty incredible what's kind of happened with technology in ham radio. So a lot more data than we used to have back in the day. Used to be you just had to spin the VFO to kind of get band conditions. It's okay. That was fun too. Just a different time. Slide my transmit up here just a little bit. Somebody's kind of right on that edge. Norway 8 Bravo Bravo's minus 23 calling CQ POTA. That's probably a little light for me. See if we can get another decode in here. One of the things I haven't figured out, I'd love to set like a custom alert up in Grid Tracker if somebody called CQ POTA. Right now, like you can do sound effects and voice messages if somebody pops up and they are at a park, but it'd be nice to kind of get my attention when there's a CQ POTA that comes in. If somebody's figured that out, let me know. I would love to kind of understand how you set that up, and maybe there's other software to do it. I was trying to utilize what I had. I've tried various regex combinations, regular expression combinations in Grid Tracker. I just wasn't able to figure it out, so I kind of gave up. So somebody else has that working. I'd love to kind of know what you all do in that front. Somebody's on my transmit. I figured that's what happened. All right, I'm gonna slide back down to 350 hertz here. All right. They heard me. Probably tried a couple of times, but I've got a little clearer transmit slot here now. Hopefully they hear me. They heard me at -7. I'm hearing them at -10. Whiskey 7 Romeo Lima Sierra at hard trigger herd management area, park US 10343. And they are a new activator for me. I do not have them in my log. He's not hearing me. All right, my next go around, I'm going to slide up to 2450. See if they can hear me there. I'll try 2 times on the slot I have. Okay, I'm going to slide up 2450. After this QSO, I'm going to see if I can swap cameras to the one that's in the laptop so you guys aren't staring at the side of my face. All right, so they transmitted again, so I've slid up now to 2450. Hopefully maybe they can hear me on 2450. They've dropped to -19 though, so I've probably dropped to them as well. Band conditions can change really fast. That is another reason I like FT4. FT4, since it's half the time, if conditions are fluctuating quickly, you can kind of get the back and forth in really fast. So I think I've lost them. Bummer. Sorry, Robert. Whiskey 7 Romeo Lima Sierra. Trying to get you. Turn my transmit off off here. I see somebody in his slot. Let's see if he comes back to me. Oh, he got the RR-73. Good deal. So we'll send back a 73. Awesome. All right. We got Robert in the log. POTA US 10343. And I'm going to check the spotting page just to confirm what state that's in. Whiskey 7 Romeo Lima Sierra. Idaho. All right. Got Robert logged in Idaho. All right. Got another station calling me. Kilo 8, Oscar Charlie November. Hearing them -5. It might be in Michigan. All right, hear me -7. Send them back an RR-73. All right, we got them logged. Okay, I'm going to turn off my webcam for a second. Let's see if I can edit the properties of this one. See if I can get this changed over. All right. I think this will work. Ah, no, the resolution's all messed up. Never mind. Never mind. We tried. All right, now my call roster is all messed up. Okay. So what I go for changing things around? Monkeyed with it live. All right. All right, give me a second here. I'm gonna just go to the radio. Give me a second to see if I can get this fixed. All right, where's my call roster? Why are you not working? All right, well, let's take the call roster off and turn the call roster back on. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. May just have to kill grid tracker. Let me do that. Give me a second. Just takes a couple seconds to restart that. I don't know why changing my webcam would have messed up the grid tracker call roster, but nope, still no dice. That's all right. That's fine. We tried. I'm just having a day today. All right, we got November 8 BB, November 8 Bravo Bravo. Worked them a couple of times. Oh, with my old call sign, so it's been over a year. Let's see if we can get November 8 Bravo Bravo in the log. I think they were really low on the signal strength. All right, they're hearing me +11. Another Michigan-based station. All right, got them in there. We'll get them logged in the park. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. If you're just joining the live stream, we had to pivot to digital. We kind of didn't get skunked on voice. I think we only got 2 activators in voice. I was really hopeful for today with Support Your Parks weekend, and band conditions reported to be good. But that's the way it goes sometimes. All right, I'm going to kill Grid Tracker one more time. I do not know what's going on here. Not sure if it's the streaming software or Grid Tracker itself. Something's going on. All right, there, the map loading. Yeah, still not going to load. That's all right. We'll go with it. Got some work to do on my streaming stuff, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to flip over to FT4. Let's see if there's any FT4 about an hour and 12 minutes into the stream here. I don't want this to go too long today. Looks like 1700 might be open as a candidate. Go ahead and clear the windows here so we can see a little bit better. Okay, now I got my call window back. That was weird. Technology, man. Okay. Got the call roster back. FT4. Not seeing any POTAs. Do see some stations here, though. Like I mentioned earlier, you can see here where the activity is usually a little lighter on FT4. There's a new call for me. Let's see if we can get Whiskey 8 Foxtrot Delta Victor. I thought that was a little slow on the transmit cycle there. We'll see if he does a CQ again. All right, there. Transmit cycle here. It's a little slow double clicking the call sign. That's one thing about FT4 is the timing's a lot tighter, so sometimes you miss it. Oh, good, he's hearing me. Pause +4. I'm hearing him -19 now. All right, so you see how much faster that was than FT8. So he called CQ, I responded, he responded, my signal report, RR73. So how fast did that go? 38. Yeah, so just like a minute. Oh no, so that's 37, 45, 52. Yeah, less than a minute. All right, November 7 Delta November Foxtrot is calling me. I'll go back to him. Slide my transmit frequency up here to 1200. Somebody popped up on there. Come on. I'm hearing him. He's not hearing me. Okay, somebody could be in that time slot. This next transmit around, I'll slide up to 2000 hertz and see if they can hear me better there. Okay, he heard me that time. I'll send back my RR73. And got them logged. he didn't get my RR73, so I'll try and send it again here. If he doesn't get it, I'll change my transmit. Yep, there's the 73, so he got that one. Okay. Good deal. Thank you, Daniel. November 7, Delta November Foxtrot from Montana. Ah, there's a POTA. November 0, Sierra Uniform Echo. Not spotted. Looks like they're in Colorado. We'll pounce on them real fast and see if we can get them in there. New activator for me. I've not worked Susan before. November 0, Sierra Uniform Echo. Love the call sign, Susan. They didn't hear me. Slide up here to try 1800, see if they can maybe hear me there. I'll let them finish that QSO. Look up Susan's POTA. Looks like she goes by Susie. Done 114 activations. New activator for me. Haven't crossed paths with Susie before. All right, we got a Canadian park station that's popped up now. All right, she came back. Go check it when Susie uploads their logs. Thanks for being over on FT4, Susie. A little less crowded than it was up on FT8. I guess be down on FT8. FT4 is a little higher. The frequency's a little bit higher. There's a Puerto Rico station. Let's see if I can get this Canadian station. POTA. Charlie Alpha 0517. National Park up in Quebec. They're on 1090. Let's just monitor them and see. Ooh, they're really light. I think they faded. Nope, there's maybe a little something on the waterfall. Didn't get a decode on it though. Well, there's something there, just can't decode it. We'll go about 10 more minutes here and then we'll wrap up the stream for this morning. Not a very interesting stream today with the band conditions. I thought support your parks weekend. I saw dozens of people spotted on the page. The band conditions were reported good. By the time I got on there, it was a lot of static and a lot of noise. I think we got 2 in on voice. We've gotten maybe a handful here on digital. Curious if any of y'all were hunting earlier in the morning, if it was any better. I don't know if I just waited too late in the morning to jump on or what. Yeah, I think this Canadian station's going to time out. 1 minute 48 seconds since last heard. So they'll disappear at 2 minutes here. Looking at the spotting, I'm just getting into Canada, although there's a couple in Alaska that heard me. What was... they're hearing me at minus 18, minus 16. Looks like I'm kind of just getting into Canada and then up and over Canada. All right, so that Canadian station, Victor Alpha 2, Victor Tango, is aged out. I'm not hearing them anymore. All right, do see some spots here on 10 and 6. Just for the fun of it, the last 10 minutes of the stream here. Let's jump down to 6 meters, 6 meter FT8. Let's see if we're hearing anybody. Yesterday it was open to the southeast of me. I had Carolinas, Georgia, Florida. That was about all I got. Okay, I see a couple of stations here. I see Kilo 5 Charlie Mike calling CQDX. Got a Colorado and a California station, so we might be able to snag somebody here on 6 meters. Just for the fun of it. Yesterday the signals are coming and going. Looks like that might be the case here today too. So I'm hearing Kilo Charlie 0 Oscar 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 in Colorado. But minus 22, that's going to be a little bit of a stretch. November Alpha 6 Mike Golf stroke R. I'm hearing him minus 5, but it's been a minute. So I think the QSB is prevalent here on 6 meters as well. And Kilo 5 Charlie Mike's calling CQDX, so I don't want to... He's looking for DX, not one state away. So a little bit of activity here on 6 meters. Not as much as I had kind of hoped. Looks like there's a little bit on 10. We'll go check out 10 before we go today. Give it about 6 or 8 more minutes on the live stream here this morning. Thank you to those that joined and listening in this morning, hanging out with me. Sorry this was not a more interesting stream with the band conditions, but we can't control that. All right, there's NA6MG stroke R coming in at minus 14. They're on 870. I'm going to change my receive to 870. Let's just kind of monitor them. Just barely lighten up the waterfall. There they are. We'll get a decode on that one probably. Let's call in Whiskey Zero Bravo Zulu. Oh, we had a little trickle of activity here. I'm hearing 2 stations at the moment. We could pop up to 10 meters here and see if we can get something on 10. All right, let's pop up to 10. Not very interesting, but if you've got a better 6 meter antenna, you might have some luck. Looks like there is some 6 meter activity. All right, I do see some spots on the waterfall here. I got Chile, 2 Chile stations, Argentina, 2 Argentina, 3 Chile that I'm hearing. Let's let another decode go. We'll see what we got. Slide my transmit to 1700. Yep, somebody's on there. Go back up to 1800. Okay, that's minus 24. That's not going to work. Let's try Charlie Alpha 3 Tango Sierra Kilo in Chile. Good strong signal there. See how the map. Okay, so you can see the pink lines are spots that are popping up for me on that last transmit. Like I said, it just shows up within a few seconds, so it's pretty fast. So I'm being heard in Missouri and Arizona. There we go. Some up into Canada now reporting. All right. The Chilean station heard me. Awesome. We'll take it. 5,200 miles on 10 meters. The way 10 meters has been lately, we'll take it. See if we can get a successful QSO with the station here. All right, we got an RR73. All right, we got Chile in the log. Got a Argentina station coming in, -5. All right, we'll got some DX going on 10 here. We'll take it. We'll take it. So Brazil station -18. I'm gonna see if I can get that Argentina station that was -5. Looks like I got Iran popping up. I'm hearing Iran at -19. That's probably gonna be a little bit of a stretch for me. And although the spots, there's folks on 10 that can hear me stateside, but looks like most of it's DX. There's Brazil -17. Let's try them. 17 should be good enough to get. Hey, they heard me. Papa Yankee 4, Charlie Zulu. Paulo in Brazil. 5,248 miles. With the way the day has gone today, we'll take it. Should have popped down here to 10 sooner. Graph wasn't showing all that much activity, but have pretty good luck with 10 on Central and South America from Kansas City here. All right, got an RR73 back. All right, I'd like to get that Argentinian station, another Chile station. They're strong, -8. Well, apparently, propagation is good to South America today, 10 meters. Had more luck in the last 5 minutes on 10 meters with DX stations than I have all of the US on all the other bands today. All right, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but close. No, if you didn't hear me, I'm not going to send again. All right, I got 6 stations I'm hearing. All right, let's try this Chilean station. -13 might be a little on the edge. We'll see. I think after this one, we'll wrap up the live stream today. Thanks for joining and hanging out on Saturday morning with me. Wish I would have had more contacts for you in the log. We got 11. This one could be 12. Not all POTA, handful of POTA. More luck on digital with POTA today than on voice, at least on 20 meters. We tried the other bands too. We could hear a little bit on 17 meters. There were a couple of activators out in, I realized my screen was washed out there at the level. Yeah, they're not hearing me. Okay. But yeah, I couldn't hear them well enough to attempt them on 17 meters. So All right. All right. So I think with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up the live stream. I appreciate you joining me today. Thanks for hanging out for 90 minutes or so with me this morning. And that's the way the propagation goes sometimes. So if it gets better later, maybe I'll do an evening stream. I haven't done an evening stream before, but I'm usually up here and active doing stuff in the evening. So maybe I'll fire up a live stream if conditions are a little bit better later, and we'll go from there. So with that, we'll go ahead and say 73. Thanks again for hanging out with me on Saturday morning. I'm Michael, Alpha Foxtrot, Zero Foxtrot. Like and subscribe if you'd like to know when I do another live stream. I appreciate you hanging out with me today and those that participated in the chat. And Nate, thanks for hanging out and hanging out with me on Saturday, and appreciate everybody hanging out, and we'll say 73. So until next time, have a good one. I'm Michael, Alpha Fox, Zero Fox for Heartland Ham Radio. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.